Ladies and gentlemen, just when everyone thought this wedding couldn't possibly get any more out of control, Remy Ma turned the entire event into something straight out of the Real Housewives of Rikers Island. It wasn't a peaceful ceremony anymore. It became a full-blown circus. One moment, everything was calm. Claressa Shields and Papoose were about to tie the knot. Champagne was on ice. Guests were dressed in stunning outfits, and violins were playing softly in the background. Then suddenly, chaos kicked in. Out of nowhere, Remy Ma barged into the wedding like she was preparing for a cage match. She wasn't there to give a toast or offer her blessings. She was there to make a statement, and according to eyewitnesses, she snatched Claressa's wig right off her head in front of the whole crowd. That's right, the bride's expensive, professionally styled wig was gone in seconds. Screams echoed through the hall. Security rushed in, trying to get the situation under control. Then came the police. When officers pulled Remy aside, one reportedly looked her straight in the face and said, "Now it's your turn." Was it a warning? A message? Or just karma arriving fashionably late? Because let's be honest, after months of scandal, cheating accusations, baby mama rumors, and social media jabs, this wasn't just a physical fight. This was a boiling point. The kind of moment that TMZ dreams of and TikTok can't stop replaying. So how did things spiral so far out of control? What made Remy risk everything just to crash a wedding and cause mayhem in front of hundreds of people? To understand it, we have to go back. Months earlier, whispers started to swirl online about something going on between Claressa Shields, Olympic gold medalist and undefeated boxing champion, and Papoose, who for years was known as Remy Ma's ride or die. At first, people brushed it off as another weird celebrity rumor. Claressa and Papoose seemed like an odd pairing. A boxing champ and a rapper? Cute, but not that serious. Then came the photos, the rooftop kiss, the secret smiles on Instagram Live, the matching outfits. It became harder to deny. And where was Remy Ma during all this? Reportedly on tour in Atlanta, but when the gossip reached her, she stayed quiet for about 72 hours. Then came the IG Live, the now infamous stream where she confessed that she still had feelings for Papoose and threw not so subtle shade at Claressa, suggesting that someone took what wasn't theirs. Even after that, people didn't expect things to go nuclear, but clearly Remy had plans. Fast forward to the wedding day, a Saturday. Just after PM, everything looked like a dream. Papoose stood under a golden arch, waiting for his bride. Claressa began walking down the aisle, glowing in her white gown. Everything was perfect, until someone in the crowd whispered, "Is that Remy Ma?" Yes, it was. Not only was she there, but she showed up dressed like she had just stepped off the set of a drama series. A tight black dress, long acrylic nails, and a neon pink wig that looked like it had survived a wind tunnel. She didn't walk in quietly. She stormed in, furious, and escorted by a man no one recognized, definitely not hired security. Witnesses say she didn't waste a second. She pointed at Claressa and yelled, "You think this is funny?" Guests gasped. Someone dropped their champagne flute. An elderly woman clutched her pearls. But Claressa? She didn't even flinch. What happened next is already being called one of the most outrageous moments in fake celebrity history. According to a hairstylist who was sitting in the third row, Remy marched straight toward Claressa like she was about to enter the ring, not attend a ceremony. Before anyone could react, she grabbed Claressa's $7,000 custom-made wig, handcrafted by a stylist flown in from Paris, and ripped it off her head. Ribbons flew, hair hit the floor. Someone screamed, "The bride is bald." She wasn't, but the panic made it sound real. It didn't stop there. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Papoose's teenage niece pulled out her phone and started live streaming the entire scene on Instagram. The video spread like wildfire. In the footage, Remy is seen yelling, "He belongs to me," while Claressa, showing the calm of a true fighter, swung back and connected a clean hit to Remy's shoulder. People describe the sound like a basketball slamming against concrete, loud, sharp, and heavy with tension. Security tried to separate them, but not before more chairs were knocked over and someone reportedly threw a plate of mini quiches. Meanwhile, poor Papoose stood frozen in place, holding the ring box with both hands, completely stuck between two women. He didn't say a word. Maybe he couldn't. Maybe he was afraid he'd become the next target. Police arrived within minutes. Officers moved quickly, trying to calm things down. Remy, still fired up, insisted she had been invited even though her name was nowhere on the guest list. and she had just been seen tossing napkin holders at the maid of honor. It was clear she had come with one goal: to make a statement and make sure everyone saw it. One of the wedding planners, still shaking hours later, said they'd never seen anything like it, not even in reality TV. "I thought I was hired for a classy ceremony," they said. "Next thing I know, I'm ducking under a table while a Grammy-nominated artist starts a fight in front of a cupcake tower." So now the internet is buzzing. People are debating what really happened, whose side they're on, and if this relationship between Claressa and Papoose will even survive the chaos. Some say Remy let her emotions get the best of her. Others say she simply snapped after watching her longtime partner move on so publicly. Whatever the truth is, one thing is for sure: this wedding will go down as one of the most talked about events of the year. A love triangle, a wedding, a wig snatch, a punch, and a live stream. You couldn't make it up if you tried. The big question now is, will Claressa and Papoose move forward as a married couple after all this drama? Or will the weight of everything that happened and everything that was said tear them apart before they even have time to cut the cake? We'll be watching, because after a moment like this, the only thing more shocking than what just happened is what happens next. Just when people thought the wedding chaos couldn't get any worse, it somehow did. The moment Remy Ma was escorted off the property in handcuffs, the real storm began. An officer reportedly leaned in and said the now viral phrase, "Now it's your turn." No one knows exactly what he meant. Was it a warning, a sarcastic jab, or just karma arriving in full uniform? Whatever the meaning, the clip spread like wildfire across social media. Twitter turned it into a trending meme, and TikTok users quickly made it a popular audio for reenactments. But what really happened next is what took things from wild to completely unhinged. As security dragged Remy away, she didn't go quietly. She was still yelling out toward the crowd, her voice hoarse with emotion, shouting, "Tell him about 2006, Papoose." The guests were speechless, unsure whether to laugh, cry, or run for cover. Meanwhile, Claressa's $7,000 wig, the one custom made by a Parisian stylist, was later found wrapped around a floral centerpiece like some kind of strange, expensive war trophy. The wedding itself? Well, the vibe completely changed. The DJ scrambled to change the mood and switch the music to Kendrick Lamar's "We Cry Together," turning what was supposed to be a joyful celebration into something that felt more like a therapy session. But even that wasn't the end. What happened after Remy's arrest made everything that happened before it seem almost calm in comparison. Just hours after the wedding disaster, the internet exploded with rumors, leaks, and conspiracy theories. First came the leaked text messages. According to an anonymous source who claimed to be the ex-girlfriend of Claressa's cousin, screenshots started circulating that showed alleged texts between Remy and Papoose. The messages were dated just 3 days before the wedding. One of them read, "You can marry her, but we both know she could never be me. I was there when you had nothing. Ouch." Another message was even more intense. "If I don't hear back, I'm showing up. Don't push me, Pop. You know what I'm capable of." After the wedding chaos, those words felt like more than just empty threats. But that wasn't even the craziest part. Shortly after the fight, a mysterious Twitter account popped up under the name #Mersper6. The account started posting shady, cryptic tweets like, "I'm not apologizing. She deserved that wig pull. Y'all must have forgotten who I am. Ask about the Bronx." The account claimed Claressa had been obsessed with her from the start. Fans immediately suspected this was a burner account run by Remy herself. The bio even said, "Respectfully, still the queen." Some users claimed they traced the IP address to a holding cell in New Jersey. Whether true or not, it added even more fuel to the already blazing drama. And then came the most outrageous twist of all: the pregnancy claim. During police questioning, Remy reportedly told authorities she was pregnant with Papoose's child. But when asked to provide proof, she handed over an ultrasound image that looked suspiciously fake. The report still had a Google Translate tab open, and the name on the document wasn't even hers. It said Ashley. One nurse, who later went viral for speaking out under the name Nurse Betty, said Remy brought in what looked like a Pinterest screenshot and demanded prenatal care. The whole thing quickly spiraled into a joke online. Even Cardi B laughed about it during a live stream. Fans turned it into memes.